Hello everyone, Tyler here. Have you ever had the impulse to judge someone and their character defects? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to redirect that impulse and learn to recognize your own character defects. Hey, welcome back, man. So if you're new here, my name's Tyler Peters. I got the channel We're Not So Different. What I do is I do reaction videos during the week, but on Mondays and Fridays I do self-help vlogs. These vlogs are for people who are addicts, people with mental health disabilities, or people with suicidal ideations. And basically it's just to help, bring us together as a community and show you guys that you're not alone. So we're talking about right now is seeing ourselves in others. It's a very touchy subject. A lot of people don't like the fact that, hey, I judge people, They don't like to admit that, but deep down inside, we do. But really, we're not judging that person. We're only judging ourselves. Because usually, when we're looking at somebody, what we dislike in others are often what we dislike in ourselves. So, it'll not make us better to judge the faults of another, but the actually look of why we're judging that person on their faults. Is it something that we're dealing with ourselves and that we don't like to see in someone else because we made those same mistakes? Is it something that we're working on so we hate to see it in anybody else? Like, what is it really, what's the underlying reason of why you're doing it, I wanted to touch a couple subjects though. So, when we get the impulse to judge someone else, we need to redirect that impulse and recognize our own defects. And what I mean by that is, when somebody does something I don't like, or let's just give an example real fast. Like, let's say a friend of mine has a real bad spending habit, but I recognize that and I can correlate because I also have that same bad spending habit and I see that it's a problem with him. So I want to bring that up to him, but a lot of times we see ourselves judging others, but really understanding that it's just a reflection of what we dislike about ourselves, and coming to grips with that reality. Because once we do, we can set aside and really get to know what ticks us, what really makes me feel that way about that person, especially if this is somebody you don't know. We all have character defects. We all have things that we're dealing with in life, and a lot of us deal with them, in a different way. But regardless, if you share your experience, strength, and hope with somebody that's going through the similar situation, who's to say that it didn't help them? Who's to say it didn't help them get another day, That's why I made this channel. That's why I started this, was for people just like me going through the same problems that I go through. And I want to help them solve these problems, And I really think that seeing ourselves in others and recognizing character defects is a big one. Because I believe that people that judge don't matter, and people that matter don't judge. And that's one of the cliche sayings that I hear a lot. But I really love it because it's the truth. Really think about it. So let's say that you was a bad father, for instance. We'll use that as an example. I've been called that. And I was an absent father when I was on drugs. I wasn't there for my kids like I should have been. So that really hurts me. It affects me and it bothers me. So what I had to do was I had to take what they said and I had to flip it around and change that in myself, because that was true. It was a character defect in me, and they realized that, and they called it out. But I had to take it as, it was kind of criticism in a way, but it helped me identify my character defect and help me change it. So, let's not always look at people when they judge us as a bad thing, because, hey, they may be identifying something in us that we aren't seeing in ourselves. So it could be a double-edged sword and go either way. But let's look at the positives, Let's try to take that away from this. But the defects that we identify most easily in others are often the defects that we are most familiar with our own characters. And by that, I'm meaning, when somebody does something and it really affects us, it could have been something that we used to do in our life that we had to change because we realized it was wrong. And that might really tick us and bother us. But yet, remember, you was in that same place, so why are you judging that person for the same thing, you know, that you was once judged for before? You never know. That's why I like to think of it as, you know, when people say mean things to me or say mean things about me, I try to let it now be water under the bridge. I try to show them that, because what we do is we give them credit and we let them win when we feed into it and we reply back or we say something mean about them. We're just literally giving them the misery that they're living in. We're adding to it, because misery loves company, as we all know. So they're getting happy off of that. They're glad that they just got under your skin. You know, I'd like to ask you, if you let people do that to you, how much are they giving you for rent? Because they're obviously taking space up in your head for free, and they're not paying you nothing for it. So why are you allowing them to be there? You know, kick them out. Tell them, hey, it's time for your eviction notice and you got to go. You know what I mean? Because why do we allow people so much, you know, power over us sometimes? You know, especially as addicts, man. Them hurtful words cut deep sometimes. Let it be water under the bridge. Let yourself learn from that and gain an experience that I don't want that to be a part of my character no more. And when you see something in someone else, before you judge them, turn it around and see if it's something that you still do. And if it is, change that around and realize it, recognize it, and make sure you don't do it no more. You know, because like I said, a lot of times we're looking in the mirror when it comes to stuff like that. You know, when somebody does something we don't like, you know, there was some type of an experience that made us feel that way. And we may do it ourselves. And that's okay. I'm not saying anybody out there is perfect. But I'm saying is work on your character defects. When they become relevant in your life and when you see and you become aware of it, change it. Find something better, you know. And don't judge people, man. You cannot judge somebody because you don't know what they're going through, you know, in life. And people do it subconsciously. It's not like we go out there trying to judge somebody and we're a bad person for that. But sometimes we get feelings in ourselves because we identify with their character defect and, you know, it makes us feel bad. But I don't want you to dwell on that. I want you to take it and use it as a tool to redirect whatever it is that your character defects is so you can fix it. You know, like that's what this video is all about. It's about seeing ourselves and others. And about, okay, if they're struggling with a character defect, how can I turn it around, that impulse that I want to judge, and redirect it to my character defects to where I can fix that problem? You know, because that's what we're about here, man. We want to help, you know. We want to give away what was so freely given to us. And that's the fact of having to live without drugs no more. You know, that we can go on with life and not have the need to cover up the way we feel with a substance, you know. And I make these videos for everybody out there that's struggling just like I was. I don't want you guys to struggle no more, man. I want the struggle to be over, and I want you to have faith in your guys' selves. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe that you're far greater than what you sold yourself for before. You know, you got to really have faith in the process. And know that when you identify with these character defects, you can fix them. You don't have to be that person, you know? But one thing that I'd like to ask, man, I'd like to challenge my viewers out there. Look beyond the character defects of others and recognize your own. You know, I really want you to strive to identify with whatever it is you wanted to judge and turn it around and really internally get the feeling of why did I have the feeling I wanted to judge that person right there? You know, like what did they ever do to me? Or was it a behavior that I used to do that I now dislike because I recognized it was wrong? I knew it was bad, you know? And really challenge yourself to do that, man. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Man, the channel's doing great and I've had plenty of blessings, man. I sat and prayed to God my whole way home Saturday night coming back from work, man. It was like a half-hour drive, and I did nothing but just talk to him. And I said, you know what, man? I understand that you planted a seed, and that I planted a seed with this YouTube channel, and I'm okay. that I have to get it out the mud. I'm okay that it's going to take me time to grow. And I'm okay that, you know, I'm not going to be an overnight success. It's all right. Because I now accept that. And I put the faith in you, you know. My mom's always told me, Tyler, you got a voice that needs to be heard, man. Like, you could do so much for people and save lives. But you sell yourself short because of your own insecurities, of your own character defects, of your own problems in your own mind. And you allow it to cripple you and not allow you to shine. So I'm done doing that. I'm punching fear in the face, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I'm pressing record. And I'm bringing this content to you guys. And I really hope and pray that it can help you guys solve these problems that you're dealing with as addicts, people with mental health disabilities, and people with suicidal ideations. I don't want you guys to go out there and beat yourself up. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to overcome fear, and I want you to strive to become great, because it's in all of us. We just beat ourselves up and we sell ourselves short from the start because we don't believe in ourselves. Believe in what you stand in and stand for something, because if not, you'll fall for anything. You know? But I love you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. If you're new here, man, please consider subscribing. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell. Be part of the notification. Ding, 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 gang. Let's get it, baby. But yeah, man, thank you guys so much, man. If you want to laugh today, check out some of my reactions, man. And I appreciate you guys, man. Peace, love, chicken grease. Bye-bye now.